4 years ago, Apple released the MagSafe Duo. It was one of Apple's first and only first-party wireless charging devices, and unfortunately, it has never been upgraded with USB-C or faster charging speeds. And I know lots of people have held onto it just because it is unbeatably thin. If you were traveling and wanted to take up the least amount of space, the MagSafe Duo was it. And the last few iPhone models hasn't even fit properly because the camera bump has gotten too large. Ironically, the iPhone 16 Pro Max actually now starts fitting the MagSafe Duo again because it's just big enough. But if you still haven't moved on, I think it's time, because now there are some great USB-C options, both from 12 South, Native Union, and Belkin, and these are Qi2 chargers that will charge your iPhone at 15 watts, all three will fast charge your Apple Watch, and they're all around $100. Now I'll be honest, none of them are as thin as the MagSafe Duo, but they come pretty close, and the footprint has gotten really small with these circular designs. So let's start with the 12 South Butterfly SE. This is actually a slightly different version than their regular Butterfly. It is still a 2-in-1 Qi2 charger coming in at $100, comes in 3 colors, white, black, and pink, comes with a USB-C cable in the box, but no power adapter. Now I do really love the compact nature of this. You open it up and you have your iPhone charger here and your Apple Watch charger. Depending on your AirPods model, you can charge those on either of these. USB-C port here on the back, and while you can't charge 3 devices simultaneously, you can charge things like the AirPods 4 with noise cancellation and your AirPods Pro or Pro 2. Now, something I've seen with a lot of these newer 2 and 3-in-1s is this kind of ribbon connector in between, which makes it a little more floppy. That is one thing I appreciated about the MagSafe Duo. Having this longer, more rigid connector, it just held it more firmly in place. And this has been opened up a lot of times. I've had this since it came out for 4 years. So it remains to be seen the durability of some of these cables, but it's a nice soft touch feel. You can raise the Apple Watch charger easily. Again, fast charges Apple Watch and charges your iPhone. Now you can charge both and still get standby mode on the phone, but you can lay your watch flat or have it at this angle. And what all of these stands actually advertise also is you can actually magnetically attach the 2 sides back to back, and then this can act as an iPhone stand on a desk. Now it doesn't work if you disconnect the 2 sides to try to get a different angle, so you're just stuck with that one angle, but it is kind of cool. It also acts as a stand. Or if you'd like a little pedestal charger for your Apple Watch, you can do that too. So that's the 12 South Butterfly SE, and a newer contender is actually this Native Union 2-in-1 charger. This one is not even available on Amazon yet, but you can get it directly from Native Union. I recognize this name brand from like walking around Best Buy, but they seem to be upping their accessory game. This is also Qi2, 15-watt charging for the iPhone. You have the fast charging for the Apple Watch, USB-C port here on the back, and is very similar to the 12 South. I will say the 12 South has a soft touch feel on the iPhone charger and around the Apple Watch. The Native Union is just hard plastic everywhere. It's a little bit soft touch and rubbery around the Apple Watch, but not around the iPhone where you would want it. So keep that in mind. It's just a hard plastic, but still works just as well. You can charge your phone and your watch. Would be great for travel. It does come with a nice braided USB-C cable, good length, and this little leather button connector to keep everything tidy. And you also get this nice little carrying bag with it, so that's cool. And the same deal, just like the 12 South, if you want to connect the magnets back to back, you can use this as an iPhone stand as well, and you can still do your little Apple Watch pedestal. Very, very similar in footprint to the 12 South. It's really just a matter of preference. That connecting ribbon is a little thinner than the 12 South, but I don't think that's going to cause any issues. Native Union, really solid choice here for a 2-in-1. And thirdly, Belkin's 2-in-1 charger. This one is not as compact. This one's more of a rounded corner square around the charger. And this one's actually a little more versatile in how it folds out. You can fold it out flat like the other two, pop the Apple Watch charger up, and you're good to go. USB-C port here on the back. But this one's actually made to stand at a bit of an angle, and you can actually adjust the angle because you have a full hinge here. But now you can put your iPhone in standby mode, landscape, and also charge your Apple Watch at the same time. So if you really love standby mode and you still want to be able to charge your Apple Watch and iPhone, this Belkin one might be a better choice. And you can still leave it in standby mode and charge something like the AirPods Pro. But if you want to charge your AirPods 4 with active noise cancellation, you'll kind of have to precariously balance that. It will charge, but the magnet's a little off, so it's not completely centered. And again, if you prefer, you could just lay it flat, charge your watch, and now you have your flat charging just like the other two. When it comes to material, the Belkin does feel a little higher end. It kind of has this fabric-y threaded texture around it, and the hinge is definitely sturdier. Again, this is a full-on hinge rather than one of those ribbon connectors. Not as compact as the other two, a little wider, has a bigger footprint, but if you want to do your Apple Watch and iPhone in standby mode, the Belkin might be a good choice too. If you do really want that 3-in-1 charger where you can do all three at once, Belkin does have a different version of theirs. It's an all soft touch rubbery finish. It doesn't have that threaded fabric style, but it has a dedicated place for AirPods and your Apple Watch and your iPhone. You can still have it set up in that triangle mode if you want standby on the iPhone. Also comes with a nice traveling case and power adapter. I'll put a link to that in the video description as well. Plus there's a bunch of 3-in-1 options out there, like I mentioned from CoolSil. Also Mophie has an option. And if you have a favorite, let me know down in the comments, and I'd love to review that in the future too. Now I also recently tested Anker 3-in-1, which has 2 ribbon connectors and you can fold it all out and charge AirPods, iPhone, and Apple Watch at the same time. I found it to be really floppy because it has 2 of those connectors. And I'm not typically charging all 3 at once, especially when I'm traveling. I'll throw my watch on there before I go to sleep, and then my iPhone and AirPods so it charges through the night, or I can switch it around. So I really find the 2-in-1 is a great option, especially when on the road. So while they're all pretty comparable in price, around $100, which one should you go with? Well, if you like a little bit of option when it comes to color, the Butterfly SE does give you that pink option if you like that. Remember, it does not come with the power brick for $100. If you like that braided cable, it comes with the native union and a little carrying bag. The Voyage 2-in-1 is a great option at $100 as well. But if you like the idea of standby mode and charging your Apple Watch at the same time, and you would like a power brick with it, an extra $20 for the power brick and a bit sturdier hinge and more options. Now I've been covering a ton of Qi2 chargers here on the channel. Some of my favorite is that CoolSil 3-in-1, upgraded with Qi2 so it's even faster iPhone charging. Fast charges your Apple Watch. The Apple Watch puck kind of sticks out there, and it makes for a nice little stand on your nightstand or in your hotel room. But when it comes to traveling now, I just went on a trip to escape Hurricane Milton, actually, up to Atlanta, and I chose to take this Belkin 2-in-1. I like the sturdier hinge, I like the option to having it in that kind of triangle formation, and I liked having standby mode on my phone. So I'll be taking this Belkin with me on the road for now until I find a better option. And I know there's a ton of options on Amazon of kind of no-name or generic brand chargers, but I don't mess with those. I like going with names I know and trust. And honestly, all 3 of these chargers are great options. Links to these will be in the video description below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go and hit that like button. Got even more reviews on Qi chargers coming soon. And I recently did an entire video on leather iPhone cases, but I've also been trying these dedicated leather backs for the iPhone, so I have a video coming on those very soon too. If you know of a 2-in-1 or Qi2 charger I should check out, leave that in the comments below as well. And if you want to see that leather iPhone case roundup, check this one out right up here. Round 2 is going to be coming soon with other name brands like Satchel & Page, Decoded, and more. And if you want to learn about my whole new productivity setup where I use reminders, notes, and shortcuts on my iPad to totally replace Notion, I have an entire video on that right up here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.